Hello everybody, this is a very impromptu vlog because today I'm going to see Jessie Reyez live at the House of Blues on Mandalay Bay, completely by surprise. So long story short, I've known who Jessie Reyez is for years, and I was like, but I wasn't overly familiar with her music. I had heard Still a Siren, I can't pronounce that word correctly, and Daisies, her relatively new album, Pain Memories. So I was like, I gotta check out this album. So my recent trip to New York City, I downloaded it along with all her other stuff, but I really listened to that album on the plane, in the rental car, the whole trip. Like whenever I hear this album, it's gonna remind me of being home in New York on this trip. And I fell in love with her music. She's a wordsmith, a true lyricist. She's raw, she's real. She is the most Bronx Canadian I have ever heard. And I looked her up, I was like, oh, she's performing in Vegas on the 29th of July. I gotta save money, I got stuff coming up, I gotta be judicious. I just got into her, I'll catch her on her next time. And I was talking to my friend Armita, sharing some of her music, start recording with her as well. And then yesterday, while I'm in San Diego, got a text, I got his tickets for tomorrow. Such a surprise. I am so grateful to have great friends like that. I have no idea what to expect in concert, but I know it's gonna be phenomenal. Let's go.
Emotions get lost in translation because words aren't colored the same. Vision is one of those great words for me, and success used to make me afraid, but it's not that deep. You live some life, you make some art. Holy books on my wall, the promises of God. It swears that there'll be a trial to see if my soul's worth shit with inflation. Holy books on my wall. If the Bible's true, then I'm fucked. Hopefully there's a higher power for giving
We gon' see
No, if you don't taste it, I wanna make $1 billion. Bring it to my pocket, say, Daddy, what you pray for? What is life? What is love? What is time? What is trust? What is everything? Everything is nothing without you. What is life? What is love? I hope I already know. What is everything? Everything is nothing without you.
Nolan. Nice. Everybody say hi, Nolan. Hi, Nolan. So y'all are just kicking it, eh? I like that. Well, Riley and Nolan, you know what I like about doing these shows? Is that every time I look out into the audience, I see people of different ages, I see people of different races, and it just looks so different, so beautiful. It's literally everywhere. I understand that everybody has their own political beliefs. However, if you see a child crying because they are being separated away from their family, I hope that it becomes a matter of empathy for you as opposed to judgment. Never had to face anything like that, and if you have no idea about what I'm talking about, I hope that you understand that you are coming from a place of privilege, that you've never had to face that. And the thing about the tables is the tables could turn, man, and people are just way too fucking blasé with certain beliefs when they have no empathy. So my point is this, and if you walk away with something from this show, I hope you walk away with this. Even though it is not our responsibility to educate people on empathy, if you have the opportunity to speak with the opposing side or someone that has privilege, even though it is not your responsibility, if you have the strength to do it, we have the power to move mountains through understanding, through fucking conversation. Because sometimes it is just ignorance, and sometimes it is just privilege, and people just need to fucking understand that we are made of the same thing. We all bleed the same, we all breathe the same, we all are the fucking same. And that's lost on some people, which is bananas. So, on that note, Riley and Nolan, I'm sorry about the cussing. Alright. I don't cuss at my mom. I only cuss on shows. In the spirit of love, when I say amor, that means love in Spanish. And when I say puro, that means pure. I know it sounds like puto, it's not puto, it's puro. Okay? So when I say amor, y'all say puro. Amor! 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 Vamos a hacer un momentico para mirarlos con una canción en español, ¿sí? Are you ready to give these people some drums? amazing fucking solo. Ladies, TJ is married. Please do not slide into his DMs. He's very married. He's happily married. However, you remember Heather Ann? Now say hi, Heather. Do you remember Mark James from earlier this evening as well? That was funny, son. Y'all say hi, Mark James. That side of the stage is married, and this side of the stage is very fucking single. We can pop up, we can pause if you need it. I get conceited when you say that shit is bad. Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Better than a pair of jeans, baby. You fill me up better than a fish, baby. Don't need you to never let you leave, baby. Alright. I need to make sure that I leave this place better than I fucking found it! Before we do this particular song, because it makes me feel so fucking free, I gotta take these motherfucking shoes off. Are you ready? Which therapy was speeded up and took you my shit. Which job will make a whole living. My big job meditation. Compilation, season trial. Creative rumination. If it's a blessing, you can take it back. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be free. Your freedom is freedom yourself. Yourself, yourself. I just wanna be free. I just wanna be
never choose.
She ends up being the one that they dream about in a suburban house with a woman he settled for. She was better for my guess. God bless, but it couldn't be me. She's got her face beat and she's always home, and she puts to sleep every dream of her own, and she lets you go cheat long as you come home from searching the streets for someone like the one you let go. Like the one you let go. Couldn't be me. You're the girls, wasn't her. Changing the rules, but I get a turn. Just to be the one we daydream about in a two-bedroom house with a wife you don't even love. She was easier, I guess. God bless, but it couldn't be me. She's got her face beat and she's always home, and she put to sleep every dream of her own. She lets you go cheat long as you come home from searching the streets for someone like the one you let
sign of a great artist is when they sound like their album in concert. And Jessie Reyez sounds like she's recording live. She honest to God cooked. She was great. My perch was, you know, I had an obstructive view, but that was my choice. To Armita, my good friend, thank you for the surprise tickets. Super appreciated it. I had an incredible friggin' time. If you haven't gotten to Jessie Reyez's music, you may not be sure what genre she is. She is her own. She's a mix of many different things, and she's talented as fuck. And super great messages in there of positivity. And she's very raw and real with her lyrics and herself. Great show. Check her out. Didn't expect it, but happy to say, Jessie Reyez live.